I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today I've got some exciting insights to share with you from a recent interview with none other than John Perez, the man behind Silver is Money. If you're into precious metals, this is one episode you won't want to miss. So, let's jump right in. Gold has been making headlines lately, soaring to new heights, but silver? Well, that's a different story. Despite the chaos in the markets, silver has been sitting pretty steady, hovering around the $32 mark. But here's the kicker. John Perez believes this is just the calm before the storm. He thinks silver is like a slingshot, pulled back and ready to snap forward with explosive force. Now, if you're wondering why silver hasn't taken off yet, especially with gold hitting $3,240, you're not alone. Mike Adams, the founder of BrightLearn.com, asked John the same question. And John's response? He thinks it's a government operation. That's right, folks. He believes the Trump administration is deliberately keeping silver prices in check while they accumulate as much as they can. Why? Well, John thinks we're heading towards a bimetallic system, and the powers that be want to get their hands on as much silver as possible before the big reveal. But that's not all. John also pointed out that platinum is looking like a hidden gem right now. It's been sitting at 2020 prices, and considering it's 5 times rarer than gold, he thinks it's only a matter of time before platinum gets the spotlight. So, if you're looking to diversify your precious metals portfolio, platinum might be worth a closer look. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the tariffs. When the market tanked on Monday and silver dipped below $30, Mike jumped on the opportunity and bought silver like there was no tomorrow. And guess what? The next day, silver started to skyrocket. But why isn't it soaring even higher, especially with Trump dropping tariffs on everyone except China? John believes it's because the market is still being manipulated. He thinks the powers that be are using derivatives and paper contracts to suppress the price of silver. But here's where it gets interesting. John mentioned something called Rule 589, which is essentially a set of circuit breakers that allow silver to move up $15 a day for 10 days straight. He predicts that once these circuit breakers are triggered, we'll see a massive surge in silver prices. And if that happens, it could be a game changer. John also touched on the potential for a COMEX default. He believes that the current system is unsustainable and that the COMEX might not be able to meet its obligations. If that happens, it could lead to a complete meltdown of the derivatives market, which would send silver prices through the roof. Now let's talk about Trump's strategy. John thinks Trump is deliberately driving down the dollar to make it cheaper to back with gold. He believes Trump is following a similar plan to Putin, who put gold under the ruble after sanctions were imposed. If Trump resets the dollar with gold, it could lead to a new financial order, with gold and silver playing a central role. But what does this mean for the average investor? According to John, it's time to get into silver. He recommends starting with physical silver and then considering mining stocks for those looking to take on more risk. He even mentioned that his club requires members to hold at least 1,000 ounces of physical silver. That's right, folks. Physical silver is your economic body armor, your life jacket in these turbulent times. And if you're wondering how to follow John Perez's work, he has a new website, realjohnperez.com, and he's active on TikTok, Instagram, and Telegram. He also has a paid private group on Telegram called Silver is Money, where he broadcasts all day long. So, there you have it, folks. The world of precious metals is heating up, and silver is at the center of it all. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, it's time to pay attention. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of BrightLearn. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And don't forget to check out the links in the description for more information on John Perez and his work. Until next time, keep learning, keep investing, and stay curious.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between John Perez and Mike Adams on April 14, 2025. The full interview is available at BrightLearn.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.